We are a few minutes away from starting. Please make your way to your seats. Again, we're a few minutes away from starting. Please make your way to your seats. Please keep our aisleways clear as our students will be walking in down the aisleways.
All right, good evening, everyone. You may be seated. This is a celebration, so clapping and hollering and shouting out to your loved ones is all like acceptable things for our graduates today. Please, make some noise. All right. There we go. Welcome to the Roseman University of Health Sciences College of Nursing, ABSN, June class of 2022 pinning, and MSN, Family Nurse Practitioner, January class of 2022 white coat ceremony. I'm Dr. Brian Oxthorn. I am the Dean of the College of Nursing. And this is a great day for us all. As educators, this day represents the sharing of our knowledge, skills, and attitudes towards the nursing profession with our entry-level and advanced practice nurses. As families and loved ones, this day represents the fulfillment of the dreams and aspirations of those closest to you. For some of our graduates, this day represents socialization into a profession dedicated to the needs of others and improving the human experience. And for others, this day represents the expansion of their scope of practice to improve health outcomes for patients and populations and provide needed healthcare services to the fullest extent of their capabilities. This day may also represent the end of a very long, challenging journey that's comprised of about 696 clinical hours if you're an undergraduate and 525 if you're a graduate. Lots of assessments, like 18 of them or something like that, a big contradictor, lots of papers if you're a graduate student, lots of Typhon notes if you're a graduate student, lots of lab videos, or not videos anymore, lab experiences and stuff like that, maybe some VSIMs, maybe some tears, maybe some frustrations, maybe some sleepless nights, maybe a few of those things. And that goes for whether you're a graduate or undergraduate, by the way. The tears don't end when you go back to graduate school, by the way. Trust me. But it's not the end. Whether you go through your new nurse residencies, continuing education, or return to formal academic nursing education, our profession is all about lifelong learning. Healthcare is a dynamic world. New technologies, new discoveries, new patient interactions will continue to challenge the knowledge, skills, and attitudes you have mastered in your time at Roseman. Today, you are no longer student nurses or student nurse practitioners. You are now graduate nurses and graduate nurse practitioners. And now we can pause again, because that's, for those of you who don't know, there is a very big distinction between those two steps. And next, over the next few months, one by one, they'll be calling themselves registered nurses and advanced practice registered nurses, and that's when they pass their licensing and certification exams. I welcome some of you to our profession, and I welcome others to the role of provider. I am honored to have been a very small part of your journey, and congratulations to you all. Please, at this time, let me invite the Chancellor of the South Jordan campus, Mr. Jeremy Wells, to the podium.
Good evening and welcome. We're so impressed and proud of our graduates and so thankful for their support teams who are here in force. We know that a lot of people come from out of state, and I'm just wondering where you're from. I know we have a lot of Californians here. Did anyone travel here that's farther than California? Where are you from? Texas? Anyone farther than Texas? California? Okay. What's that? Nevada? That's not farther away than Texas. We're glad that you're here, and welcome to this great state of Utah. Recently, my family and I, we took fall break, and we went down to southern Utah to a place called St. George. It's warm down there. There's a lot of national parks. It's a beautiful area. And we were, one of the days we were there, we rented e-bikes. I'd never been on an e-bike before. I was always confused by them. I was like, we'll just either get a motorcycle or ride a bike, choose. But they're awesome. And we had a blast on these e-bikes. And we're going through these roads, and I was first, and then my 4 children, and then my wife. And I stopped because they were behind me, and then my children all caught up to me and were waiting for my wife. And we were really frustrated because she was taking so long. And she kept not coming. And finally, some of my children said, should we go back? I'm like, I guess, go back, sure, and see where she is. Tell her to hurry up. And by the way, before I tell the story, let me say that my wife is now fine. So they went back, and so my children were gone, and I was still waiting, and I was frustrated. I said, well, I better go back as well. And as I was going back, I heard the ambulance sirens, and I said, that can't be for us. And sure enough, when I got there, there's some pandemonium going on, and my wife was unconscious on the ground, and my children were there. And thankfully, there were 2 nurses who were driving by and had noticed it and had jumped out, stopped their car, and were attending to my wife and helping my children. And they were so great at what they did. They helped us in this time of great fear and vulnerability. They helped us and calmed us and took care of my wife. They called 911. Of course, the ambulance came. And so then we had to go to the emergency room. And we were in the emergency room, and the nurses were fabulous. They took care of us. Again, we were fearful that this intense moment of vulnerability and fear, and the nurses took care of us. Not only did they take care of my wife, but they took care of my children and me, right? They served, and that was so impressive. Whenever I speak to my 4 children about careers, my children are 8, 12, 15, and 18, I have always talked to them about, number one, being an accountant. I don't know where that comes from, but then also about being a nurse. I'm like, you guys need to be a nurse or an accountant. Choose. And I had a friend who was a top executive of Wells Fargo Bank. And he said, you know what? We love nurses, and we love to loan money to nurses. I was like, well, tell me about that. And he says, well, we know that they're always going to be employed. They earn decent money, and they're hard workers, and they're just so trustworthy. He says, we love nurses, and we want to loan money to them. I thought that was interesting. But in my interaction as administrator of a university throughout my career, throughout the United States, I've always had nursing programs that I've worked with, and I'm always so impressed with nurses. So thank you for not only being excellent at what you do, but also for being excellent at being a servant and helping those families not only get through the health challenges, but also through the fear and, again, that vulnerability and just helping families. You're so needed and so appreciated. So I appreciate you. By the way, my wife is fine. She was knocked out. She had a concussion, but she's fine now, and that was just a few weeks ago. So again, thank you, nurses. But what a great profession. We're so proud of you. We need you so much, and I know it's a difficult road, and I know that there's service or compassion fatigue that happens, and so you need to take care of yourself and take breaks. But you give a lot, and you serve a lot, and we appreciate that. So we're going to be here tonight to celebrate you, so congratulations, and thank you. All right.
I'd like to take a moment to recognize those who really make this happen. That would be the faculty and staff of our college. These group of individuals have dedicated their time and effort to provide these students with the education they need to practice safely in whatever clinical area they choose. Please stand as I call your name. Up on stage, we have Dr. Susanna Winslow, Associate Dean. Dr. Jason Major, Assistant Professor. Professor Terry Collins. Professor Lindsay Curtis. Professor Katie Dobson. Professor Luisa Echeverria. Dr. Courtney Gormas. Dr. Jessica Powell. Professor Victor Venegas. And Professor Jamie York. And out there helping, we have Miss Selena Nahn from our admissions department. We have Miss Cambry Nelson hiding out back there, along with Mr. Kyle Pullen, who helped put this together. On camera, we have Miss Loretta Campbell here on my right, Mr. Ryan Arakawa here on my left. Mr. Jason Gibson in the back also works at Roseman. He's doing our AV and streaming this. Oh, and let's welcome all those who are watching us virtually here on YouTube, on the live stream. And please thank our student helpers, Miss Melissa Martinez and Brock Springer, who helped today as well. All right, moving right along. Please welcome Mr. Victor Venegas, or Professor Victor Venegas, to read the tradition of the pinning ceremony.
I'll be reading the tradition of the pinning ceremony and the lighting of the candle. In the 1860s, Florence Nightingale devoted herself to caring for casualties of Crimean War. In recognition of her service, she was awarded the Cross of St. George. Florence then extended the honor by presenting a Medal of Excellence to the most deserving student graduates at the Nightingale School of Nursing in London. Today, nursing schools around the world give a nursing pin to represent a Medal of Excellence to their students, nurses upon graduation. The Roseman nursing pin is designed in the university colors of burgundy and silver. The shape of the pin symbolizes the unique block curriculum of the Roseman program. Each side of the pin represents the College of Nursing core values: service, integrity, innovation, and knowledge. The lamp of knowledge on the lower half of the pin signifies the nurse's science-based knowledge and a commitment to lifelong learning, which are foundational principles of professional nursing practice. The lamp was a symbol of the care and devotion Florence Nightingale administered to the sick and injured in the practice of her nursing. After nurses were pinned, Ms. Nightingale would light a lamp and pass the flame to each nurse as they said the pledge. Today, we carry on the ceremonial tradition, passing of the light. Dr. Oxford will invite the class speaker to the podium.
All right, please welcome to the stage your class speaker, and they didn't write the name down for me. Jacob Hopkins. I get there. Jacob Hopkins.
I know my name. Well, this was easy, guys. We did it, though. For those who don't know me, consider yourselves lucky. But my name is Jake Hopkins, and as some professors would say, the DVT massage guy. But we don't need to talk about that today. First, I just want to thank Roseman. Thank the Roseman staff for giving me the opportunity to speak, and my classmates for nominating me on their behalf today. Thank you, guys. This is an honor. I'd also like to thank my mom and dad. A good support system lasts a lifetime. Also like to thank my step-parents, brothers, sister, Justin, who came here today. And now I think our classmates should stand up and face you guys because we want to thank you today. So please stand, face your families, and thank you guys. We could not have done this without you. This program has a way of breaking us down, and sometimes we were not fun people to be around most of the time. But you were there with us throughout the entire program, always inviting us to things you know we couldn't go to. You don't have to go to every wedding you're invited to. But you guys are all honorary nurses for the day. You just can't put that on your resume. It's illegal. There's also a handful of professors that we'd like to thank. These professors have gone above and beyond to make our learning experiences at Roseman memorable, useful, and sometimes just downright fun. We'd like to thank Professor Gormis, the kiss heard around the world, Professor Hayward, Professor Venegas, Professor Long. I don't think she's here today. Professor York, Terry Collins, Terry Russell, Katie Dobson, and our Lord and Savior, Robert Lord. And I'd also like to thank the medical mannequins. You guys didn't say much, you kind of complained a little bit, but you taught us some very important concepts. Now it's time to talk about these amazing people that we have here today. It's been such an honor to be in the same cohort with you guys. Over the past 17 months, we've grown really close with each other. We started with about 35 students, and now we're down to 17. 17 of the smartest, which is about the average size of a Utah family. And like a family, we all supported and advocated for each other ever since day one. I have no doubt that everyone that stands here today will make amazing nurses. We're entering a tough time in nursing history where nurses are burnt out, and there's a shortage of nurses due to this thing called COVID-19. I feel that you guys have all the skills you need to bridge the gap to put nursing where it needs to be in the future. After all, we are the future of nursing. We did it. We're done. You guys should be so proud of yourselves. Let's wrap this up and let's party responsibly within Utah state laws. Thank you guys. We did it. We're done. Let's go be amazing nurses. Thank you.
All right. Now, please welcome to the stage the MSN student speaker, Miss Melissa Wright.
So for those of you that don't know, this is my second time on this stage because I was in those seats 3 years ago. So as I look around the room tonight, I see a room full of Roadrunners, and that is the Roseman University mascot. And what a Roadrunner is may be different depending on who you ask. To a naturalist, it's a small-footed bird that can survive the harsh desert climate of the Southwest with a diet of rattlesnakes, hummingbirds, and poisonous horned lizards. To the native peoples, roadrunners are medicine birds, a symbol of strength and protectors against evil spirits. When I think of roadrunners, I think of the knowledge that we all now possess and how that will allow us to hit the ground running at over 20 miles an hour. And how would I know that? Again, it's not my first time on the stage. My first journey as a roadrunner started back in 2018, and finished February of 2020 when I completed the BSN program here at Roseman, and then started my dream job 6 days later at Intermountain Medical Center, working in the operating room, which is the big Trauma One medical center here if you're not from the area. I crossed this stage and became a nurse only to find a world changing moment by moment due to the COVID pandemic. I was thrust not only into my role in the operating room, but I was cross-trained on the floors, assisted in the RICU to help care for some of the sickest patients in the hospital. Family was not allowed into the facilities, and we worked tirelessly away from our loved ones, and there was no end in sight. Yet, I was able to adapt to dramatically changing conditions because I had a solid foundation that I gathered from my time here at Roseman. And not only did I survive, I thrived. And the following year, my graduation, I became the robot and transplant coordinator and specialist, a leader, a charge nurse within the department, and a mentor to future nurses, some of who are in this very room tonight. And at that point, I thought, what else could I do? What is my next step? And it didn't take long to decide advancing my knowledge and career to become a nurse practitioner, and what better place than to do it right back here at Roseman. Building on the foundation of my BSN education, I resumed my journey, gained new skills and knowledge. After only a few dozen papers, completing head-to-toe patient assessments, presenting on disease processes to Courtney Gormas, and cultivating our pharmaceutical knowledge, we readied ourselves and patients as independent care providers. I then had the privilege of spending over 700 hours caring for my community and gaining hands-on patient care experience, which was very rewarding. Whether seeing a patient for an annual wellness, a sixth visit, or follow-up treatment, and diagnosing cancer, I knew I had the tools and the resources for each individual patient when they walked through that door. Oh yeah, did I mention all the way? I had a kid back in Block 4. As an NP student, we change our mindsets about what is possible and think not only about what does my patient need right now, but what do they need to be successful in the future. We assess patients for social, mental, and medical well-being. We approach patient care as nurses and treat holistically with compassion and professionalism. Utilizing these same skills, we must also look within ourselves and determine what is it that we need to be successful now and in our futures. I encourage all of us to embrace our inner roadrunner and remember that we have the ability not only to run 20 miles an hour, but we can fly. So when people ask, what does your 5-year plan look like? We have to answer that with aims high. Congratulations, class of 2022. We're ready for our road running ahead.
All right, now the moment we've been waiting for, the pinning of students, lighting of candles, the putting on of white coats, all that good stuff. Dr. Susanna Winslow will read the names of the students as we hand out the pins, and Professor Katie Dobson will light the candles.
Samantha Bowling, pinned by Gavin Smith. Stephen Granroth, pinned by Dr. Oxhorn. Jacob Hopkins, pinned by Andrea Kilbane. Kira Megumi Ito, pinned by Jennifer Ito. Christopher Irvine, pinned by Jane Irvin. Nicholas Kelly, pinned by Kathy Kelly. Elizabeth Karasenko, pinned by Sam Karasenko. Christopher Lee, pinned by Belinda Lee. Cynthia Lee, pinned by Tam Lee. Hazel Mariano, pinned by Randy Johnson. Milani Morales, pinned by Marcus Lombardo. Jennifer Patrick, pinned by John Patrick. Rebecca Patterson Woods, pinned by Marjorie James. Carly Peterson, pinned by Justin Peterson. Heather Peterson, pinned by Jordan Peterson. Catherine Saldivar, pinned by James Saldivar. Giselle Villegas, pinned by Samuel Villegas.
Please welcome to the stage, or to the podium, excuse me, Dr. Courtney Gormas, who will read the tradition of the white coat ceremony.
Hi. So I'm Dr. Courtney Gormas, and I'm going to share with you the tradition of the white coat ceremony. It is a privilege and an honor to stand before everyone today to present the notable achievements of our graduate cohort. These ambitious students entrusted Roseman to provide them with a quality education, some of which had come to know this quality as Roseman alumni. I speak for all of the faculty by saying how grateful we are and a sincere thank you. So with that, I would like to introduce our celebratory event that provides recognition for the high achievement gained by these students as they are ready to embark on their career journey as advanced practice nurses. To signify this, a white coat ceremony will be conducted tonight. That is symbolic of their career progression as new primary healthcare providers. The white coat ceremony is the oldest and most known program of the Gold Foundation. The Aaron P. Gold Foundation established the white coat ceremony in 1993. The first white coat ceremony took place at Columbia University College of Physicians and Surgeons. At that time, Dr. Aaron Gold was a professor of clinical neurology and clinical pediatrics. He noted that the existing practice of having students take the Hippocratic Oath at the end of their medical training occurred 4 years too late. In 2014, recognizing the vital role nurses play in the healthcare team, the Gold Foundation partnered with the American Association of Colleges of Nursing to adopt the white coat ceremony of nursing. More than 360 schools of nursing now participate, and that number continues to grow. The Gold Foundation instituted the white coat ceremony to emphasize humanism in medicine. Like physicians, the white coat ceremony is an event that many nurse practitioners, students take part in to okay, I'm gonna get it together, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna start it over, not all the way, but. Okay. Like physicians, the white coat ceremony is an event that many nurse practitioner students take part in to commemorate nursing graduates who are to assume new roles as advanced practice nursing. To symbolize this transition, students are coated by their faculty using the iconic white coat often worn by healthcare professionals, symbolizing the nurses' transition to the role as healthcare providers. In addition to the white coats, students will be given a pin provided by the Gold Foundation that commemorates the white coat ceremony. Featured on the pin is a gold Mobius loop that symbolizes the continuous bond of trust, respect, and communication, with ultimately humanism at the very center of patient care. We encourage our graduates to proudly wear their pin as a reminder of the oath to keep healthcare human. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Oh. Dr. Susanna Winslow will read the names of the MSN candidates, and Dr. Jason Major and Dr. Courtney Gormis will present them with their white coats and their pins.
Bethany Hayward. Melissa Wright.
Hello, I'm Professor Katie Dobson, and I will be administering the nursing oath. Before we do that, I just want to say, you guys, I feel like your cohort has had a lot of adversity, as evidenced by the few numbers you have here tonight, but I feel like that just means that those of you here persevered, and I'm confident that you guys are strong, smart, and capable, and you are going to make a great impact on your patients as well as in the field of nursing. So congratulations. Will the BSN cohort please stand? And if there are any current nurses in the audience, we invite you to also read the oath with us. It is printed on the back of your program. Students, you can repeat after me. In full knowledge of the obligations I am undertaking, I promise to practice professional nursing. Let's read it the rest together, shall we? With all my skills and the understanding I possess, without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status of those entrusted to my care, sparing no effort to preserve quality of life, alleviate suffering, and to promote health as affirmed by the person. I will respect at all times the dignity and beliefs of the patients under my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me, and refraining from any action which may endanger life or health. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skills at the highest level and to give support and cooperation to all members of the healthcare team. I will do my utmost to honor the International Code of Ethics applied to nursing and to uphold the integrity of the professional. Thank you. Congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations to all of you. I know a lot of hard work. Oh, see, I skipped over. Let's see, where are they? So I'm here tonight representing Professor Natalie Mon. She couldn't be here with us, but it is my pleasure to acknowledge those students who participated in the Student Nurses Association. I am Professor Luisa Echeverria. So the Student Nurse Association was founded in 1952. It is a nonprofit organization for students enrolled in nursing programs. It is dedicated to fostering the professional development of nursing students. We have a chapter of the Student Nurses Association here at Roseman. This association promotes each member to build their leadership skills and conflict resolution through shared governance and community with respect for others. Student nurses in the Student Nurses Association make their own decisions based on fiduciary research and historical and current evidence. They are encouraged to take full advantage of their education and develop their professional leadership skills through collaborating with other members of the healthcare team and providing hands-on care to clients. The many activities participated in by these students develop continuous, lifelong learning and ethics of the profession. These students are known throughout the community for their hard work and compassion. I am very proud of these students who have demonstrated their integrity, compassion, humanity, and professionalism, and would like to recognize them today for their contributions to the community. Please stand as I call your name to be recognized. Nicholas Kelly. Melanie Morales. Catherine Saldivar. Giselle Villegas. Rebecca Patterson Woods. Kira Ito Potts. Thank you, and you may be seated. And now you get to hear from me again. Tonight I am also honoring those students who participated in the Honor Society. At this time, we would like to recognize the members of the Nursing Honor Society. The founders of Sigma chose the name from the Greek words storge, tharsos, and time, meaning love, courage, and honor. These are all attributes nurses use every day as they care for their patients. Students are eligible for membership in the Honor Society as long as they meet requirements on or before the designated due dates. Students will have demonstrated superior academic achievement, academic integrity, and professional leadership potential. They will have demonstrated love of their patients, courage throughout their schooling, and will have honored the school and the community through service. The asterisk after a student's name in the program indicates that the student is a member of the Roseman Nursing Honor Society, as do the gold and purple honor cords that members are wearing. These particular students today, to be a member of the Nursing Honor Society, it does take a lot of time and effort, and you have to be dedicated. So today we would like to acknowledge Melanie Morales. Congratulations.
All right. So I had the pleasure of going down to Arizona with these students to Navajo Reservation, and so I'm going to read out about the RNP scholars and who they are. I'm presenting the Registered Nurses and Primary Care Scholars. The purpose of the RNPC program is to recruit and train nursing students and current RNs to practice to the full scope of their license in community-based teams. This will ultimately increase access to care while also improving population health for rural and underserved populations. The focus is on chronic disease prevention and treatment and includes substance abuse and mental health conditions. Additionally, students receive training in assuming leadership roles within the healthcare arena and experience collaboration with other healthcare professionals throughout the nursing program. These students were part of an RNPC group that traveled to the middle of a Navajo Nation in Arizona. They spent a week working in the outpatient clinics of Fort Defiance Indian Hospital and learned more about the unique needs of rural health while also being exposed to a new and beautiful culture. As I call your names, please stand and be recognized. Melanie Morales. Catherine Saldivar. Giselle Villegas. Kira Ito Potts. Thank you. It really was a pleasure going down there with you guys. We made great memories, and I know the impact you guys left on those people, and them to you is something you'll carry for the rest of your career.
Good evening. We're almost done. Hang in there, you guys. So I get the pleasure of doing the awards for the students. The first award that we have is called the Spirit of Nursing Award. This award is reserved for the student who most represents the image of professional nursing. The nursing faculty submit their suggestions based on the interactions that they have had with the students over the course of the program. This is then followed by a formal vote for the one individual whom they feel has demonstrated the behaviors that embody caring, compassion, and kindness to their fellow classmates. The faculty also submit their comments which support the recommendations, and for the ABSN June 21-22 cohort, these are the comments for the individual that is receiving this award tonight. And if you know who it is, based on my comments, you don't get to shout it out. This student has demonstrated professional nursing and compassionate care to patients. This student has stood out to faculty during the blocks as hardworking, kind, and open, very willing to ask questions, to learn and to grow, all the while being open to feedback from others. The student worked well during team assessments, allowing others to express their opinions while discussing back in a respectful manner. The individual has a sharp mind. Let's see, I can think of 17 students that fit this. Demonstrated dedication to the profession, and although this student, this might tip it off, although this student did not run for a class office, the individual graciously accepted a position when there was a need. Our recipient of the Spirit of Nursing Award has always been warm and friendly to everyone, and we would all be honored to have an opportunity to work alongside this nurse in the clinical setting. Congratulations to Nicholas Kelly, our recipient. You get to come up here.
I know we also wanted to recognize the cohort class officers, so please stand to be recognized. Ms. Catherine Saldivar, Ms. Melanie Morales, Mr. Chris Irvine, Mr. Nicholas Kelly. We appreciate your willingness to provide leadership in the cohort and professionalism in the actions of the College of Nursing. Thank you. All right. All right, finally, the Dean's Award is presented to a student who has demonstrated leadership abilities, who has excellent communication skills, and is committed to excellence in the College of Nursing. The recipient for this award is nominated through the same process as the Spirit of Nursing. Faculty submit their recommendation of a student who they feel passionately represents the values and attributes of the Dean's Award. Following this submission, the student names are sent out to faculty for a final vote. For the South Jordan ABSN June 21-22 cohort, the following comments gained the vote of all the faculty to nominate this individual for the Dean's Award. The recipient is a very dedicated student. During the didactic courses, eagerness to learn was demonstrated by showing up for every scheduled office hour to ask questions. The student's leadership and enthusiasm for the profession is evident through the committee service and striving to improve various components of the program. The student's professionalism was exemplified through the skilled communication that was routinely demonstrated when communicating with faculty, peers, and administration. This recipient is caring, compassionate, and kind. The smile that this student projects provides comfort, putting all those around at ease. This individual is approachable, non-judgmental, and respectful. The student exemplifies all the components of the Dean's Award and is a role model within the College of Nursing. And finally, this student is amazing. Congratulations to Ms. Catherine Saldivar, our Dean's Award recipient. All right. As we complete the formal part of our ceremony, I'd like to share a few parting words with my graduates, since this is the last time I'll have their attention as a group. And that's assuming that I ever had their attention in the first place, which probably isn't true, but I'd like to think I did for a minute at orientation. You are entering the world as a professional registered nurse and professional advanced practice registered nurse. You represent the future of our profession. I challenge you to ask yourselves every day, how should I be, not what should I do? Think about your character, your values, your virtues, your ability to act outstandingly. Your journey of discovery does not end here. Continue to ask yourself in each new challenging situation, how should I be? You've mastered the 5 rights of medication administration, and yes, I know there are more than 5, but see, 5 fits with my speech, so we're just gonna stick with the 5, right? Okay, got it. But I want to leave with you 5 new set of rights, right? And that is, always act at the right time, regarding the right thing, towards the right person, with the right intention, and in the right way. As you go forth and be fruitful, you can be the role model for those you interact and care for. And always remember to watch your words, watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become character, and watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. And I know that you are all destined to do great things out there and bring lots of comfort and ease in people's lives, and congratulations. This does conclude our pinning ceremony. Thank you all for being here this evening, including those who joined us virtually and YouTube streaming. The students could not have completed this rigorous program of study without you all, with your love, support, and encouragement. And this has been a memorable evening for the class of 2022 nursing students. Please remain seated until the students have exited the front here just to the back, and then please join us in the back for refreshments. And cue the music.